Ich glaube, sie antworten auf Deutsch. Wir lassen sie durch.
Wait for the gates, then go.
Saint-Nazaire occupied France, March 28, 1942, 1:34 in the morning. The Royal Navy has just sailed an old destroyer through 8 miles of German coastal defenses, flying German flags, signaling in German Morse code, posing as a friendly patrol. They are about to ram her into the only Atlantic dry dock big enough to fit Hitler's largest battleship. The Normandie dry dock at Saint-Nazaire was 1,143 feet long. It had been built in 1933 for the French liner SS Normandie. It was the only dock on the Atlantic coast capable of repairing the German battleship Tirpitz, a 50,000-ton sister to the Bismarck, currently hiding in a Norwegian fjord. If Tirpitz broke into the Atlantic, the convoy routes were finished.
Combined operations gave us the target in January. Destroy the Normandy dock. Method: ram a ship into the gates with delayed explosives. Send commandos ashore to wreck the pumps and winding houses. Get out by sea. Force: 622 men. We expected to lose half of them.
His Majesty's ship Campbeltown was an obsolete American Lend-Lease destroyer. The British cut down her superstructure to mimic a German Mu-class torpedo boat. They packed 4.5 tons of high explosive in her bow with an 8-hour pencil fuse. The force sailed from Falmouth on March 26th. 2 days at sea, 360 nautical miles. By the evening of the 27th, they were inside the Loire estuary, 8 miles from the dock.
We flew the swastika ensign. We had German signalmen aboard, Royal Navy ratings who had served in Germany before the war. When the coastal batteries challenged us in German, our signal lamp replied in German. We slipped through 3 fire control sectors that way.
I was on the Pom-Pom of motor gun boat 314. We could see the silhouette of Campbeltown ahead of us, low in the water. The Germans could see her too. They just couldn't believe it was a British attack.
Etwas stimmt nicht. Diese Antwort, sie ist falsch. Something is wrong. The response is wrong.
At 01:30, the German shore batteries opened fire from both banks of the Loire. The British force returned fire with everything they had. Campbeltown's signal officer kept replying in German, buying time, every second of it priceless.
Captain Beattie took her in at 19 knots. He hit the dock gate dead center. The bow rode up over the caisson and lodged at frame number 20. The detonator was running. We had 4 hours, at most.
Lieutenant Commander Sam Beattie won the Victoria Cross for that single moment. Behind Campbeltown, 16 small wooden motor launches tried to land 250 commandos. Most of the launches were on fire before they reached the docks. Half the commandos who made it ashore were dead within an hour.
I kept firing the Pom-Pom from MGB 314. Hit a flak tower, hit another. The German searchlights were on us. I never saw the round that hit me. Just remember the deck was cold.
Able Seaman Bill Savage, age 30, kept his gun firing until he was killed at point-blank range. He was awarded the Victoria Cross posthumously.
We held the dock area for 1 hour. Then we tried to fight our way out through the town. Most of us did not make it.
By dawn, the British had stopped fighting. The German garrison swarmed over the captured ship. Officers walked the deck, inspecting their prize.
Eine alte Amerikaner. Was wollten sie damit? An old American. What were they trying to do?
At 11:45 on the morning of March 28th, while perhaps 360 Germans were aboard her, the 4.5 tons of explosive in Campbeltown's bow detonated. The dock gates were destroyed. The dock was unusable for the rest of the war. Tirpitz never came. Of the 622 British who sailed from Falmouth, 169 were killed, 215 were captured, 228 returned home. 5 Victoria Crosses were awarded for the action, the highest number from any single operation of the Second World War.
Combined operations called it a success. It cost us half of the men.
The dry dock was not repaired until 1947. Tirpitz remained in her Norwegian fjord, where the Royal Air Force eventually sank her in November 1944. She never crossed into the Atlantic,